Hi everyone, welcome to the next session for Geotechnical Engineering 2 Enterprise Theories. In last class, we have solved some problems on uh, Rankine's Enterprise Theory, as well as we discussed the calculation of active earth pressure, calculation of passive earth pressure, and point of magnitude of application of load, how it will be acting on the retaining wall, as well as if the soil having various type of layers, that means different type of soil layers will be available behind the retaining wall, such as backfill as two layers, how the earth pressure theory it will be varying. These are the problems we have solved in last class. In today's class we are going to discussing about the Rankine's earth pressure theory in Koju soils. That means earth pressure theory in Kojianless soil was invented by that means established by the Rankines, whereas for the Koju soil, the Rankine's theory was extended by the Bell and Riesel. The Bell and Riesel give the earth pressure theory. Suppose for the Koju soil, suppose if you are taking any retaining structure, in retaining structure behind the soil, that backfill it will be Koju soil. In Koju type of soil, how the earth pressure is varying, that we are going to discussing in today's class. Before going to learn about this earth pressure theory in Koju soil, I will explain some more strength envelope, more Coulomb's theory in geotechnical engineering. Why? Because this is related to this earth pressure theory for Koju soil. After that little brief explanation, we will go for the analysis of that earth retaining structures in Koju soil. Before going to this earth retaining structure, I am considering a retaining wall of height h, and if you see here, this is the height of the retaining wall. The height of the retaining wall, I am taking it as h, and I am taking this horizontal backfill as the backfill behind the retaining wall as in a horizontal plane, and this is the ground surface, and the backfill what is available here, I am taking it as a Koju soil. That means here the backfill having the unit weight of cohesion, that is in a kilonewton per meter square. And for this particular type of retaining wall, how the lateral pressure will be acting on the wall in case of active condition, in case of passive condition, that I am going to discussing for this earth pressure theory in Koju soils. Before going to explain this theory, I will explain about the Morse Coulomb's envelope, that means strength of the Morse Coulomb's envelope. If you observe in our geotechnical engineering 2, the experimentation for direct shear test or triangular shear test or vane shear test, unconfined compressive strength test, from these experiments we are finding the shear strength of the soil. Shear strength is nothing but the resistance of the soil to the application of the shear stresses or application of the load. By performing the experimentation of direct shear test, you are getting the cohesion and angle of intersection of the soil. Based on that, the shear strength of the soil, we are deriving it as S equal to C plus sigma n into tan phi. This is the equation we are getting by conducting of experimentation of direct shear test. We are getting the shear strength of the soil, where C is the cohesion of the soil and sigma n is the normal stress acting on the soil, and phi is the angle of internal flexion. If you observe in our geotechnical engineering 1 in direct shear test, we are having the normal shear stress and we are having the shear stress. In x-axis we are taking the normal shear stress, and y-axis we are taking the tangential shear stress or shear stress. For this normal stress and shear stress, we are performing some number of experiments. For this number of experiments, by drawing various type of points, we are connecting a line, and we are intersecting this linear line to this y-axis, and from this origin O to the linear line where it is intersecting, that we are taking it as a cohesion of the soil mass, and we are drawing a linear line, parallel to this normal stress. It is making an angle of inclination 5. It is making an angle of inclination 5. The shear strength is nothing but we are having the shear strength value as S equal to C plus sigma n into tan phi. Again here we are having the sigma n. This is C plus sigma n we are having here. This is sigma n into tan phi. The shear strength of the soil you are getting for this strength envelope as S equal to C plus sigma n into tan phi. This is the basic strength envelope we are taking in our we are taking our direct shear test. For based on this experimentation only, how the soil is getting, how the pressure is acting on the structure, we are going to discussing in this element. Suppose if I am considering any ground surface here, I am considering here as one footing. Suppose here there is one soil element. In this soil element, due to the weight of the footing, due to the weight of superstructure, due to self-weight of the soil, in this soil it creates some amount of pressure. For this I am showing by one image. Suppose if you see in this diagram, this is the soil element. For this soil element, this is the vertical stress acting in a downward direction and upward direction, and this is the horizontal pressure acting on the soil element. For this, due to application this vertical load and the horizontal load, the soil will may get failure to by 45 degrees, 45 plus 5 by 2 degrees. For this type of soil element, how much amount of lateral pressure is acting corresponding to the vertical pressure. That means corresponding to this vertical pressure, how much horizontal pressure is acting, that we are going to discussing for this Rankine's, that means earth press theory in Koju soils. For making this soil element, what I am doing means, here I am taking one graph, that means Morse Coulomb's envelope, that is here x-axis I am taking it as a normal stress, and y-axis I am taking it as a shear stress. For this I am making the shear strength of the soil, that means strength envelope. The strength envelope S equal to C plus sigma n into tan phi. S equal to shear strength S equal to C plus sigma n into tan phi. Already we have discussed about that. Suppose this is the retaining wall and this is the backfill available here. In earth press theory, in active condition, the wall moves away from the backfill, that is called it as a active earth pressure. The wall moves towards the backfill, that we are calling it as a passive earth pressure. The active earth pressure and passive earth pressure, it will may vary while increasing the depth of the soil strata. Suppose here I am taking this as the sigma 1, or this is the major vertical stress. While increasing the depth of the soil, the major principal stress it will may transfer to here particular this point. This point I am taking it as a sigma 3, where sigma 1 is the vertical pressure and sigma 3 is the horizontal pressure. At this particular depth, the horizontal pressure it will be sigma 3. Again, if I am increasing the depth of the soil strata, again the horizontal pressure it will may vary, that is in sigma 3 dash. Again what I am doing, again I am increasing the vertical pressure. Again I am increasing the vertical pressure by varying either depth of the soil strata or unit weight of the soil mass. Again the horizontal pressure it will may add. The Rankine's active earth pressure, we are saying that means the earth press theory in active condition, we are saying that the wall moves away from the wall up to maximum pressure. The wall will move away from the backfill, that is the maximum pressure. When this maximum pressure touching this is touching this strength envelope. Where it touching this strength envelope, that point we are taking it as the active earth pressure. Again we are increasing the depth of the soil strata, we are increasing the vertical pressure. Due to this vertical pressure, the horizontal pressure again it will may change and it touching this strength envelope. At for this particular point, the wall will make it yield, that means the wall will make it failure. At this particular position we are calling it as a active earth pressure. And if you see here, for this what I am doing means I am extending this linear line. I am extending this strength envelope. If I am extending this strength envelope, I am getting this is the position of the soil mass, and this is the angle of intersection 5, and the coefficient C and angle of intersection 5 I am getting here as C cot 5. This is the value. Already this strength envelope Mohr Coulomb's equation you have studied in your geotechnical engineering 1. If you see here, this is your major principal stress, and this is minor principal stress, and this is the origin of the point O. From this origin of the point O, I am taking this middle of the central point. That middle of the central point I am taking it as a C. If suppose I want to calculate the distance from O to C, I am getting this distance O to C as sigma 1 plus sigma 3 by 2. Again, if I want to get the distance from get the distance from sigma 3 to this particular C point. Suppose I am naming it as sigma 1 as B and sigma 3 as B. I want to calculate the distance from O to A as sigma 1, O to B as sigma 3. If now I am interested to calculate the distance between O to C, that O to C we are having sigma 1 plus sigma 3 by 2. And if you want to calculate this distance between distance between this BC distance, we are getting it as a sigma 1 minus sigma 3 by 2, and this is the center point. From this center point I am making a radius. By this consideration of the strength envelope, I am taking the phase relationship for the shear strength of the soil by using this Morse Coulomb equation. While calculating for Rankine's earth price theory in corrosive soil, this much discussion you need not to write. This is the basic equation we are taking from the Morse Coulomb's equation. The final equation I am writing based on this equation. Okay, based on this equation. Okay, I am writing here the phase relationship based on the shear strength of the soil. We are getting it as the shear strength of the soil. We are getting it as. Otherwise, I am writing here the shear strength of the soil. Shear strength of the soil from shear strength of the soil from Morse Coulomb's equation. From Morse Coulomb's from Morse Coulomb's equation. From this equation we are having the shear strength of the soil as sigma 1 minus sigma 3 by 2 minus sigma 1 plus sigma 3 by 2 into sin 5 equal to C cos 5. This is the basic equation. We are getting it from the strength Morse Coulomb strength envelope. You need not to write all these behind steps for the while calculating the or while knowing the earth price theory in corrosive soil. And if you see here, sigma 1 is the major principal stress, that is vertical pressure, and sigma 3 is the minor principal stress, that is the horizontal pressure, and sin phi and cos phi is the angle of intersection making with respect to the soil mass. The same equation I am writing in terms as the simplification formula. That simplification formula equal to the phase relationship between the soil strata, between the soil formation, the phase relationship between the soil formation. That is nothing but we are having the equation sigma 1 equal to sigma 3 tan square 45 plus 5 by 2 plus 2c tan 45 plus 5 by 2. Okay, sigma 1 equal to sigma 3 tan square 45 plus 5 by 2 plus 2c tan 45 plus 5 by 2. And again, if you observe here in this active condition, we are taking sigma 1 as the major principal stress and sigma 3 as the minor principal stress, and tan square 45 plus 5 by 2 2c tan 45 plus 5 by 2 is the angle of failure plane making with respect to the wall of the soil mass. And if you see here in active condition, I am writing here in active condition sigma 1 equal to sigma v, that equal to gamma into z, and again sigma 3 equal to sigma h, that is the passive earth pressure Pa. If you observe here, suppose this is our retaining wall. In this retaining wall, this is the height of the wall, and this in this height of the wall, suppose I am taking here one soil element. For this soil element, where sigma 1 is the major principal stress, that is nothing but vertical pressure, and sigma 3 is the horizontal pressure, that is active earth pressure. In active condition, we have already told that active earth pressure means the wall moves away from the backfill. From this backfill, what is available here? From this backfill, the wall may tilt or may move away from the backfill. That is the condition we are going to discussing for this case. And again, if you see for this particular diagram, where we are having sigma 1 equal to we are having the major principal stress, that is sigma v, that equal to sigma v equal to sigma 3 into tan square 45 plus tan square 45 plus 5 by 2. Tan square 45 plus 5 by 2 plus, as well as we are having 2c into tan 45 plus 5 by 2. Tan 45 plus 5 by 2. If you observe here, the wall moves away from the backfill. That means it making an angle of inclination of 45 plus 5 by 2 degrees. And again, if you see here, where sigma v, we are having the vertical pressure. That vertical pressure, it will be gamma into z. That means gamma into z equal to, where sigma 3 is the horizontal pressure, I am taking it as horizontal pressure as sigma h, and tan square alpha plus 2c tan alpha. Here where alpha is the failure making angle of inclination. That failure making angle of inclination, I am taking it as alpha equal to 45 plus 5 by 2. In active condition, it is making an angle of failure plane as 45 plus 5 by 2. In passive condition, it is making it angle of failure plane of 45 minus 5 by 2. From this, now we have to calculate the horizontal earth pressure. That is nothing but gamma z equal to, next we are having here sigma h, where sigma h, sigma 3 equal to sigma h, horizontal pressure equal to Pa, that lateral pressure equal to Pa. That means Pa into tan square alpha plus 2c into tan 45 plus 5 by 2. That means 2c into tan alpha. This is the equation. Suppose if you observe in this condition, suppose if our soil is cohesionless soil, in this condition we are taking soil it as a cohesion soil. Suppose if the soil is cohesionless soil, what it will happen? This 2c tan 45 plus 5 by 2, it will may get reduced to 0, and the coefficient of earth pressure we are calculating by considering these two coefficients. Sigma 1 equal to sigma 3 tan square 45 plus 5 by 2, where sigma 3 is the horizontal pressure. By using this cohesionless soil, directly we can calculate by using this equation. Suppose if your soil is cohesion friction soil, for cohesion friction soil we are taking this is the equation. And if you see here, gamma z equal to Pa tan square alpha plus 2c tan alpha. Now my interest is to calculate the value of Pa. That means in cohesion friction soil, how much pressure is acting on the wall, that I want to calculate. Now what I am doing? I am doing this Pa one side to remaining on left side. Okay, that means Pa into tan square alpha equal to gamma z minus 2c tan alpha, gamma z minus 2c tan alpha. From this I want to calculate this Pa value. That Pa value equal to gamma z by tan square alpha, gamma z by tan square alpha minus 2c tan alpha divided by minus 2c tan alpha by divided by, we are having right side as tan square alpha. And again, if you see here, where Pa equal to gamma z by tan square alpha, 1 by tan square alpha equal to cot square alpha. That means gamma z into cot square alpha minus 2c into tan alpha cancel, 2c into 1 by tan alpha equal to cot alpha. Okay, if you observe here, PA equal to gamma z into cot square alpha minus 2c into cot alpha. This is the Razel or Bell's equation for earth pressure theory in a cohesive soil. Okay, I am writing here. This is the calculation for active earth pressure. This is the value for, this is the value of, this is the value of active earth pressure. This is the value of active earth pressure. This is the value of active earth pressure in a cohesive soil. In cohesive soils. Okay, you should have to remember this formula. Earth pressure theory in cohesive soil equal to PA equal to gamma z into cot square alpha minus 2c cot alpha, where 1 cot square alpha is nothing but 1 by tan square alpha minus 2c cot alpha. You can write it as also 2c by tan alpha. This is the equation. And for this, again here I will show the diagram. And again, if you see here, this is your retaining wall. Okay, this is your retaining wall, and this is the horizontal ground surface, and this is the height of the retaining wall h, and the horizontal pressure, how much it is acting on the wall, that PA we have calculated. We'll see the pressure distribution for the earth pressure theory in a cohesive soil. Before writing this pressure distribution diagram, I will show some points. That is nothing but PA equal to, we are having gamma z into cot square alpha minus 2c cot alpha minus 2c cot alpha. If you see here, where here h or z are same. Okay, I can say whether here it is h or it is z. Suppose if you are mentioning here z, and I am taking it as a h, or if you are mentioning it as h, you can write it as a z. Otherwise, you can say that at any particular depth, depth of the soil mass z. That means this is the horizontal pressure at a particular point of the soil element z. At the horizontal pressure at a particular element of the soil element z equal to gamma z into cot square alpha minus 2c into cot alpha. Suppose if you want to calculate the horizontal pressure at base of the wall, instead of z we are substituting the height of the wall. That is nothing but gamma h into cot square alpha minus 2c into cot alpha. That entire pressure diagram, how we have to calculate, that I will explain. Again, if you see here in this present condition, suppose I am taking z equal to 0. Now I am interested into calculate the how much lateral pressure is acting at the top of the wall. Suppose this is the depth of the soil element. Here I am calculating the horizontal pressure. That horizontal pressure PA equal to gamma z into cot square alpha minus 2c cot alpha. If I want to calculate at base height of the soil mass, that is from top of the wall, gamma h cot square alpha minus 2c cot alpha. Now I want to know how much lateral earth pressure is acting at this particular point. That means at top of the wall. Where at top of the wall there is no depth of the soil strata. That means here what will happen, z value it will be equal to 0. When z value will be equal to 0 in cohesive soil, how the lateral earth pressure is varying, that I am calculating here. Okay, I am taking here when z equal to 0, when z equal to 0, when z equal to 0, PA equal to gamma into z0 into cot square alpha minus 2c into cot alpha. And again, if you see here, PA equal to gamma z, we are taking it as 0, 0 into cot square alpha 0. We are getting this horizontal earth pressure at top of the soil mass, or when depth z equal to 0, I am getting this horizontal pressure as minus 2c into cot alpha, minus 2c into cot alpha, where here minus indicates the the soil will create tension pressure on the wall, or the soil will create tension on the soil. When soil will create compress, the condition is different. When soil it will create tension, that condition is different. If you see in this diagram, okay, what will happen means, suppose this is the height of the wall, and from okay, and this is your base height, and this is your base height, and up to at a particular depth, what it will happen means, the soil is creating some pressure. The soil is creating some pressure. The pressure we are calling it as a negative pressure. That negative pressure we are having this value as 2c into cot alpha at a depth z equal to 0. At this particular point, the soil creating tension on the wall, or the soil creating tension in the soil. And again, if you are going deeper into the strata, again the tension will be get converted to 0. And again after some depth, the again active pressure it will may act. That means the positive pressure it will may act. Now what my interest is, now I want to calculate the where the active pressure will be equal to 0. First I am assuming, you need not to confuse here, where Pa equal to gamma z into cot square alpha minus 2c into cot alpha. This is the calculation for horizontal